enlightening entrepreneurs and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey von Bill Costa, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
All right. Hello. Happy Monday. I'm excited. Y'all, it feels so good to make it to Monday. Y'all just don't know. I wish that there was an easy way to show you guys like complete behind the scenes. Almost like if you remember the show, I don't even know if it's still on, but Big Brother, where like you could just tune in and see kind of what was going on with them. I'm like, if y'all would have been a fly on the wall with me over the last week, you'd be so shocked at the highs, the lows, and the in-betweens. It's so important, I feel, for us as entrepreneurs to be transparent with each other and talk about that. Because sometimes, let's be real, sometimes we only want to share the positives, right? The wins, the big announcements and things. And sometimes it's important, especially if you are a coach, right, to also talk about the downside or the negative side to your industry as well. Because sometimes that happens. Like real life happens, and we need to be okay sharing that too. I am just making sure while I'm talking, I'm letting people in. There we go. But yeah, so this week, this past, I'll say 7 days, has been interesting. We're gonna say we definitely, like I said, had some really cool moments, but also some moments where I was like, oh my goodness, we not gonna make it, y'all. No, just, personal life, slides in. You lose motivation sometimes. I actually am so appreciative to my accountability partners because I was really struggling, and I am the implementation girl, right? I am all about like getting things done, no excuses, like balls to the wall, like constantly on the grind. And I really went through, for whatever reason, we still don't know why. I just was highly unmotivated for a couple of days. I was like, I don't want to do a thing. And I had goals for myself. So I was really frustrated because I knew that my goals were not being met, that I should be doing something and I wasn't doing it. And I was frustrated, but I knew like, girl, you're just not motivated. And I don't just do stuff. So I wasn't going to just, do a little something. Like if I ain't doing it for a lot, I'm not doing it at all. But it's real. It happens. And it happens to all of us. I think some people, at least I know some of my clients think like this girl is constantly moving. Like she just don't get it. Sometimes it's hard to get things done. It's like, no, I get it. Even I have moments of a lack of motivation or situations in which I feel some type of way and it's hindering me from doing the thing I set out to do. Like all of us feel that way. And I think, again, it's good to have accountability partners, mentors, coaches, a higher power, like a good soaking tub. I had to get my butt in the tub. I said, let me light some candles, did a little retail therapy. Now, I don't know if you should be doing that, y'all, because I literally, as I cashed out at the last place I went to, told the lady, let me go home and put these keys away. She was like, why? I said, because I should not be out here spending nobody's money. But it did. It helped. Sometimes you just got to find what works for you when you get into a funk or when you're stressed or you're not seeing the results you want. Like, yes, doing business is super empowering and awesome. And there's so many opportunities, but there are also some hard days. Okay. There are also some hard days. And I would be just dead wrong if I didn't mention that sometimes it's hard. So if you are going through a hard season, or maybe if first quarter was a hard season or March was a hard season for you, fear not, right? The sunshine is on the other side. We just got to get there. You got to figure out what you need in that moment to move forward. And it may not be that you can move forward this second, right? You may say, okay, I'm going to move forward tomorrow. or the next day. And that's okay too. We got to start giving ourselves a little bit more grace. Here we go. I can't type and talk, so hold on. There we go. All right, so everybody's gotten notified. We're good there. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share that. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about today, but I just wanted to be real with you guys and just share that bit because I know I'm not the only one. Like I was starting to think, I said, well, the time changed, the weather's changing, the pollen's in there. Like, why am I in this funk? And sometimes it just happens, right? Sometimes for no rhyme or reason, stuff happens, and we just have to figure out, how do we continue to do what we need to do in that space? And that's just the realness of it. So that's my tea for y'all for today, just to think about as you maneuver through business, as we enter in, we have about a week, a little over a week before we jump into the second quarter of the year. That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds crazy. Hey, Lane. That sounds crazy. We are jumping into the second quarter of the year. And again, I know some of you are sitting here being like, I rocked out the first quarter of the year. Some of you are saying I did okay. Some of you are saying the first quarter gave me the business. Wherever you are in business right now, however you feel like you're done, it's okay. It's okay. There's always room for improvement. Even if you did amazing, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to adjust, to pivot, to scrap and try again, right? So just keep your head up and keep pushing. I think a lot of people are feeling some type of way right now because a lot of people set those New Year's resolutions. I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. I do strategic planning. Hi, Daryl. But like I said, I don't do that. The New Year's resolutions. I do goal setting. But even with that, you have a lot of things you try to throw at yourself that first quarter to kind of get things moving. And sometimes you're kind of throwing a little too many things at yourself. So again, give yourself grace, guys. Let's go into this new chapter, right? This new quarter, more strategic, but also positive that we can still accomplish anything we set out to accomplish. This year has so many more months, so many more weeks, so many more days. We have plenty of time to get to the goals that we've set. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Let's talk because this is a Monday Night Live. And so we are going to dive in to our topic for tonight. What are we talking about? We're going to be talking about attracting clients authentically. This is so important right now. I feel like people are just playing copycat, right? There are so many people out here that are just repackaging something somebody else already did. It's like, where is the authenticity? Where is the uniqueness? Where is the human aspects of these people and their businesses? And so we're going to talk about that because you can be uniquely you and still attract the clients that you're trying to attract, still land the clients you're trying to land, and still have a sustainable and profitable business. But before we dive into the topic, I like to do a quick intro. Hi, I am Corey Fonville Foster, speaker, trainer, and certified business coach, specializing in implementation. Yes, getting things done. Oh, Lord, why did the light change? I don't know. If y'all see me in a weird light, I don't know what it is. But yes, and I'm also the CEO and founder of iRock Marketable Business Solutions, which is a small business marketing firm based out of Virginia. But we service amazing coaches and consultants from coast to coast and up into Canada. And every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here doing our free Monday Night Lives, where it's a training that I bring to you guys, where we talk about business. And we don't just talk about it, because I'm not one of those people that just likes to yap at you and give you theory. We talk about the concept to make sure we understand it. We talk about tools we can use to implement. And then we talk about how we can actually implement it. And I give you a challenge each and every week. Even if you just watch the Monday Night Lives, you would be further along in your business by the end than if you hadn't watched them, right? Hi, Maria. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all here on a Monday. What's up? But yeah, you'll be so much further along. I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to solve all your problems on these Monday Night Lives, but we have amazing other services that can support you, from coaching products to marketing products. We do websites, we do logos, we do landing pages. You guys know all the things. Coaching, we do everything from one-on-one, group. We have some courses coming out in the very, very near future. So we got your back. And we do all of these things affordably. So no excuses, right? You got free, you got low cost, you got high ticket. We got everything for you here in this one place. But no matter what, whether you work with me or anybody else, I just want you guys to remember to implement and get it done. That is our focus for the year. If nothing else, I want you to get it done, whatever your goal is, whoever you want to work with, because we can't get to the end, right? We can't start making the profit. We can't start making the impact if we're sitting here saying, well, I think I want to do this, or maybe I'll do that, or let me plan this some more. We got to start putting this stuff out on the market and really getting in front of the clients that we're meant to serve. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Let's get into it. What are we going to talk about tonight? We got 3 things to cover, because I like to get in and get out. We're going to understand the value of authentic marketing and how it builds trust, because we always talk about we got to build know, like, and trust. That really fuels our conversions. We're going to learn techniques to infuse your personality into your marketing strategy. Your business is about you and who you help and how you do it. And there's only one version of you, right? So we're going to talk about that and being very authentic in the way you're marketing. And then we're going to identify and avoid salesy tactics that repel potential clients. I always talk about the used car salesman. I'm sorry if anybody is listening who is a used car salesman, because I talk about it all the time. We don't want to be that person that's trying to sell you a dud and pretend that it's this amazing thing. We know that you're an expert. We know that you are operating in integrity. And so we have to start changing our mindset around selling to realizing that selling is service, and we are giving people something they need, they are desperately wanting, and something that's going to change their life. So we're not going to be salesy. We're not going to be, hey, you want this, this is over here and it's trash. No, we have something amazing that we are going to offer as a service for someone that's going to make a major impact. So we're going to talk about that tonight. All righty, let's get into it. And of course, if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, feel free to go ahead and comment with us, because I'm checking them out. Sometimes they come in a little slow, so bear with me. But I will try to shout you out. If you have questions, throw them in here. We will stop and answer, because this isn't about me. This is about us. All right, let's start with a question. Have you ever hesitated to market your business because you felt, like it was maybe too salesy, or you felt it was inauthentic? And usually that feels like icky to you, right? You're like, oh, I would, but I just don't want to sell to them. And I'm gonna be real for a second. I know in the Black community, is hard sometimes, because we often are trying to break generational curses, support our people, but when we try to serve them, but it has a cost attached, right? An investment, people get on our butts. They're like, oh, why does it cost anything? Why can't it be free? If you wanted to help these people, it would be free. And so we start feeling bad about ourselves, right? We start feeling that icky feeling. And I want us to get out of that bull, right? Because those same people will go to Walmart and shop on Amazon and buy all the sneakers and all the Chanel and all the things, right? And they don't go up to those owners and say, well, if you really wanted me to have these nice things, you would make it free. They're only saying that, one, because you're giving them access to talk to you, and two, because they feel entitled. Hey, Pat, they feel entitled to what you have, and they're undervaluing it. A lot of you guys are highly educated, experts in your field. You've invested tons of time, money, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into getting the knowledge you have. And yes, you are trying to make it available for your people, right? And for people that you can support, right? You're trying to make it better, something better for someone else, but it doesn't mean it has to be free, because it probably wasn't free to you. Let's just be honest. Even if you didn't have to pay a financial investment, you paid a time investment. And shout outs to Pat. She said, yes, exactly. People always want something for free. And it's like, don't do that, especially if I know you're not going to do that to the next person, because that's rude. I almost feel it's disrespectful. Me being salesy is disrespectful for you to come and sit in my face and tell me that I should make something for free. Because let's have a moment of truth for a second. We're probably already discounting it. Our white counterparts, because we're going to be real for a second, our white counterparts, our male counterparts are often charging more than we do. But we're like, but we know they need it. We know they need it. We gotta make it affordable. And then they still come to us and be like, can I get a discount? They'll let it be your family. Can I get a family discount? It don't even have to be a real family member. They a friend of your family. They're like, yo, you got a family discount. You got a friend's discount. Like, stop that. Stop that. Some of y'all got to change your mindset because they doing that and you feeling bad. You sitting in front of your laptop at night about to cry, being like, well, I'm gonna just give them something for free. Let me make this for free. Maybe if I make it for free, they'll like it and they'll pay for something. Probably not. Some people will, but we know through analytics that the conversion from free to pay is not 100%. So it's not that if I gave them a little something, they would then pay. Some people just have the mindset that they're not going to pay you, that they don't value what you are an expert in, or that the solution you have to their problem. Some people want to stay in that space of not having what they need, and that's okay. But we, as the CEOs, the founders, the captains of the ship, have to stop and change our mindset first. Because who is for us will be for us. Lane said, and do. Okay, Lane, I see you. But yeah, we got to change our mindset. We got to say, one, that what we have is worth something. Okay. And I'm not saying it to you just to say it to you. I had to go through that as well and say, you know, I know that if people did, you know, if I said to do A, B, and C, it would get them this return, right? If they did what I said, then why would, if I know it's going to get them this return, why would I charge them less than that? Right? Why would I charge them nickels and dimes on something that can make them thousands of dollars? That's crazy work. That's crazy. It's not like they're going to get the return and then come back and say, oh, I want to give you some more money. That's not how it works. So again, we're going to make some mindset shifts here today. If you haven't already, look, I already see Lane. Lane knows she done made that shift. Maria knows she done made that shift, right? So if you're watching this, whether you're watching live or watching the replay, I want us to just to decide now that we're going to make that shift, if nothing else. But let's dive in some more. All right. So many business owners feel stuck between wanting to promote their services and feeling like they'll come across kind of fake or salesy, right? That's how you feel. You're like, oh, I just don't want people to feel like I'm selling to them all the time. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. And I don't want you to think that, you know, me saying authentic means we got to show all of our business and break down and do all the stuff. Like, no, I want us to just realize, right, that we can be genuine, we can be ourselves, and we can just sit in our greatness. We can sit in a place of realizing that, again, we are experts. Amen. Because I don't work with people that ain't experts. So if you watching me from anywhere, I know you an expert. If you didn't know, hello, expert. But we are experts. We have something of value. And I work with mostly coaches and consultants. So the work they do not just impacts the one person they're working with, but it impacts the multitudes. It impacts the generations. And so we don't need to think of things as being salesy, right? Because we're not peddlers on the street. You know, if y'all remember the DVD and the CD guy that used to be, I don't know, maybe because I was in the hood, that used to be like at the corner store. Like, it's a thing. Like, that's a peddler, right? They just trying to get you a little something. It ain't really got no value, but you're not that, right? You're an expert of many years. You've gone through trial and error, right? You've invested, some of you have invested hundreds, thousands. I just went and looked at my reports for my taxes. When I say thousands, I mean thousands on the education and the resources that I bring to my community. I know y'all have done the same, right? Daryl said facts, like popping up there. Look at y'all being all engaged today. What's up? So I want us to start thinking about, you know, how we can just be ourselves, be authentic as we start to or continue to engage with our potential clients. Because we're not going to worry about this idea of sales, right? Salesy stuff. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to say, how can I authentically get in front of the people that I want to service, right? That I want to make an impact with, and build that know, like, and trust in my own unique, special way. That's all we're going to do. We keep it simple here. She said we're people in today. Yes. All right. So why do you think authenticity really resonates strong with clients? Right. And I'm saying it to you. You don't have to comment if you want to, feel free. But why do you think that? And I'll answer it for you. I feel like people can recognize fake. They can recognize phony. They can recognize a scheme. Now, it may take some folks longer than others to peep game, but you can tell. You can tell. Do y'all remember? Oh my gosh, what was that lady who used to be on TV that would do the like tarot readings and stuff. And like everybody knew, at least most of us, somebody paid her, but most of us knew like this is a scam. This is a scam. This don't feel real. And I'm sure you've had actually more personal encounters nowadays. Oh, that was her name, Miss Cleo. Y'all remember Miss Cleo? Yes, Ladell said Miss Cleo. Yes. So, but you can recognize that you like this don't even sit right in my spirit. People don't have to see a sign, they don't have to see lawsuits, whatever. Sometimes when people talk to you, you can tell like, mm-mm, mm-mm. You're lying, you're full of it, not truthful. You can see stuff posted. I like seeing sometimes people I went to school with back in the day that I still kind of know a little something about, and I see them faking the funk. I'm like, look at them pretending. Look at them pretending. You know what I mean? People can see that even if they don't know you. And so it's so important for us as entrepreneurs to just be ourselves. I always joke, I said, people go back through the archives of my Facebook business page far enough, you'll see the old Corey, right? It was still authentic, but it was a little too authentic, I would say. At least my coaches did. I was, Miss Cleo called me now, Pat, you hilarious. But yeah, you can go back on my Facebook page and you can see when I was broke and still trying to work with people, because back in the day I was just marketing, right? I was just helping people with their marketing stuff. So I didn't have tons of money. I was still living in the hood. I would do behind the scenes. I'd be in a shower cap, bonnet, pajamas. I used to do walks on lives on Facebook and Instagram. And I'd be walking through the hood. One time a dog came out of nowhere. Like, it was real, y'all. It was real. And then when I came up, I showed behind the scenes of, being a homeowner and doing different things. And it was the realness that attracted people. And I can't tell you how many times I have gone to different things or got on calls with people and they're like, oh my God, like you're exactly the same. Like, yeah, I'm a real person. I'm exactly the same. I am going to be me all the time, and I'm still going to get you what you need. I think a lot of us, again, I'm a really stress the Black community. We feel pressure, right? We feel pressure to show up a certain way, to be accepted, to be valued. That's a real thing, to be valued by people that sometimes we don't even know. But let's be real. Sometimes we try to impress people that don't even matter, right? We trying to step in rooms and get people to think we belong there. And truth be told, we do already belong there. But we have this in our head. I don't know if it's because of culture or the way we were raised or what, but it's real, y'all. And it's like, we got to stop that. We got to sit in our greatness more often. We got to sit in our greatness more often, because when we sit in our greatness, we're going to attract the people we're meant to serve. This is not one of these kinds of talks where we're going to talk a ton of strategy. Some of this is a little bit of mindset work. We got to be who we are. So let's talk a little bit more about that real quick. So one, we need to build trust with our audience. We talked about that. Clients are more likely to invest in you, your business, if they feel a genuine connection. Now, again, we ain't got to show any and everything. We ain't got to invite them to the barbecue, kiss no babies, nothing like that. But they do have to feel a sense of trust. So when we do share real things with them, let it be real. I had the opportunity once to do a photo shoot at a mansion and to do a photo shoot with like a private jet and all this. And I was going to, and then I was like, but why though? I don't want a jet set. I like to stay home, and I don't live in a mansion. And if I did that, I truly don't think my audience would resonate with it, because they'd be like, well, this girl just in the hood last year, 2 years ago. Then people started investigating, like, this ain't her, right? And then I've lost trust for what? And I had to probably pay for that trust, right? I had to pay for those opportunities to take the cute photos and stuff. And I get, with Instagram being the way it is, people want to show up and show out, but we can show up and show out in ourselves, right? Because you have to also remember, a lot of times we're serving people who were us several years ago. So I don't necessarily have to be a multi-millionaire, right? I don't have to live in the mansion, because the me of a few years ago lived in the hood. When I moved into my last house, there was definitely a gunshot hole in one of the windows that we had to get fixed before we could move in. Right? There was the sirens all the time. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. And so I don't need to impress people and pretend I'm this thing, because I'm already impressive. I am a homeowner, and people in my family were not homeowners. I have a college degree. People in my family had not been getting college degrees, right? I'm able to homeschool my child. I'm able to go travel when I want to travel, right? Sometimes we got to remember where we came from and say that's impressive enough. That's impressive. I was impressive in the hood that I still started a business and was living in the hood and having to deal with all that bull crap. We gotta just be cool with that and realize that our audience will resonate with that. So when we build trust, be you. Also, when we're doing this and we're showing up authentically, we're making some serious connections with folks because it's hard to make connections when you don't have nothing in common. When I started being in business and investing in coaches, I would get coaches that were like way up here, yo. And I'll drop some names. I did stuff with I did programs with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. Like these people is I think Tony Robbins talked about the fact that he knew somebody with like a helicopter one time and he went from a helicopter to a Michael Jackson concert. That was one of his stories. I was like, can't relate. Can't relate. Not at all. And it was like we didn't have that connection. It was a good program. I'm not gonna knock him, but there was not a connection. I did not feel close to this person. I could not identify with that person or his struggles, right? And we want as entrepreneurs to make some deep connections with the people that we're working with and that we're serving, because that allows them to come back time and time again. That allows them to refer people to us as well. So by being you, authentically, you are able to make some strong connections. I've had some of my clients come to my house for girls' night. Not saying all of y'all love y'all, but not everybody's invited. But that's how deep some of those connections go, right? When somebody is sick in their family, I know about it. We've gone to different places and met up and been like, let's have dinner. Like we rock together, right? Some of my clients be like, we go together. Yes, we go together, right? They can talk to me not just about business, but about life. And I'm able to talk with them and be in fellowship with them, heck, pray with them, whatever we need to do, because we have built authentic connections. And again, I'm not saying you got to do all of this with every single client, but it wouldn't even be possible if I was out here being fake and phony, right? That's the piece. It wouldn't be possible if I was out here being fake and phony. And then it lends into that idea of fostering loyalty. I love that my clients are ride or die with me. Sometimes I feel like it may be a little too hard. Like if we in the same place and somebody mess with me, I feel like they'd be ready to squat up, right? Somebody might be like, I got the bill money. But it does. They have loyalty. Like other people might try to offer them services that I offer them or get information. And they're like, nah, this is who I ride with. Right? When I raise my prices, they stay by my side. So, and that again, that comes out of this idea of I'm authentically me. I'm being real with them. They're able to be real with me, and we're able to build together. Yes. Thank you, Pat. Yes, it makes it easy to build relationships with clients. Yes, because of that authenticity. And let's also just throw in this little tidbit. There are going to be times when you fall short, right? Not because you want to, maybe there's a tech issue, maybe software messed up billing, or maybe you missed a call, whatever the case may be. There are going to be times when you and or your team fall short of a client. When you have built that know, like, and trust, and when you've been authentic and you've made real connections and there's a sense of loyalty and trust and understanding, they are way more likely to be forgiving and give you grace. Right? They are way more likely to be forgiving and give you grace because you have shown them that you are real, and then they can humanize you enough to say, I make mistakes too. It's okay. We can fix it. We can move forward, and they can stay a client. If you don't have that, I don't know about you, but I've dealt with certain companies and I'm like, you'll never get another dime. You'll never get another cent because I'm not loyal to them. I don't trust them. Popeyes, truth be told, can't never get my trust. My family jokes about it. I won't purchase from Popeyes. I will even be upset if somebody else purchases something for me from Popeyes because I'm mad that they went and got played with because they always acting up, right? And that's the thing. Look, allegedly, they might sue me one day for all this that I say, but I'm real about it, y'all. Like, if you keep showing me that you're not trustworthy and that you ain't gonna stand by your product, I will not do business with you. You don't want to be that person. So like I said, be you, be authentic, be a stand-up person. If you falter, tell the truth, find a way to fix it and move forward with your clients. All right, so I got another question for you. What makes your brand unique? And how are you showing that to your audience, right? We talk a lot in the business world about your USP, your unique sales proposition, right? Or your differentiators, right? What sets you apart in the market? People be thinking real hard about this. They be like, oh, I got this certification, that certification. That's cool, not knocking it, but there's only one you. So there is something just organically that sets you apart. I always talk about the fact that not too long ago I was broke helps out a lot. The fact that I started my business with no money, and I talk about affordability all the time, helps out. The fact that I was a single parent, the fact that I work and homeschool, the fact that I'm also a wife and working and trying to still find the balance helps out. The fact that I'm a person with disabilities, that I'm a Black woman, that I'm plus size, all of these things make my brand unique, and they have nothing to do with my products. But it's genuine ways that my audience has been able to connect with me. They've been able to see themselves in me. They've been able to say, if she can do it, I can do it. That's literally where the I Rock slogan came from. I rock, you rock, we all rock. It was the understanding that if I can do it with all of my hot messness, car getting repossessed twice, if I can do it, then you can do it. And surely we all can do it. And that's been like a cornerstone of what we do. So you got to figure out what's unique about you. Matter of fact, if you know, drop it in the comments because I want to know what is unique about you. Why should people deal with you versus the joker down the street selling the same thing? Tell us, because you need to know. This is what you should be talking about when you're doing your elevator pitches or you're doing any kind of talking about your business. This is why people are going to say yes, right, to you, is what is unique about you. Because oftentimes, no matter how unique our products are situated, there's somebody who sells something pretty similar, right? Probably in a similar, price point here or there. So it's not, oh, I got the cheapest product in town. Like that don't even sound cute, right? But there has to be something else, something deeper that is the reason why people should choose you over the next person. So that's just something to think about. All right, so let's get into it. I done gave you all the thoughts and things. Let's talk about some strategy. I feel like I done preached a little bit today. I didn't mean to. Okay, Pat said easy to build relationships. Oh, I think I did. I highlighted that one. My bad, Pat. I'm seeing stuff as I talk, and I'm like, I don't know when that was posted. But anywho, all right. So let's talk about some tools that you can actually use. All right, so you can share your story, right? That's a way to build authenticity and build trust. You can show behind the scenes. Now, I'm not advising you to get on your, put on your pajamas and your bonnet. That was the me of yesterday, not today. But be you. Showcase behind the scenes. This allows people to see that you're out here doing the things you said you're going to do. So if you do speaking engagements, show yourself getting ready, show yourself prepping, show yourself traveling, all that fun stuff. If you help kids, obviously be careful of showing kids' faces, but show the projects. If you deal with donors, if you're doing projects, whatever, show that stuff to them. You can show it to them in your stories, in reels, and blogs. But people like to see that you're actually out here doing the things that you say you're going to do, right? Be consistent with your voice. Be who you are today, the same as tomorrow. Don't try to be proper, buttoned up, tied up, here, but then be like, what's good, homie, blah, 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 someplace else. Now, of course, there's always a time and a place, but there shouldn't be big discrepancies in your personality on different platforms and in different situations. If I meet you in real life, I shouldn't be startled. Okay, I shouldn't be startled. Highlight your values, right? I have a lot of faith-based people that I deal with in business. And especially when they're new to working with me, they're like, I don't know if I should say this and that. I'm like, if you don't mention God, if you say that he, God's just steps, and if it weren't for him, you wouldn't be nothing and all that, you might as well put it out, because it's going to be real hard to put a cap on that when you're working with somebody. Okay. I have people in the LGBT community be like, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about this and that. Look here. Now, I'm not saying you got to say who you rest with at night, but if it's a big part of your life, and the person that I was talking to about this one time, it was a major part of their life and their advocacy, I was like, you need to make sure people know about this from Front Street, because at the end of the day, if they hire you, That's what they're going to get. And if that's a problem, we don't want to work with them anyway. So sometimes being you allows you to get to push out, right? And get rid of the people that really don't need to be working with you. They're not your people. But you can't get there if you're not sharing your story, if you're not sharing the behind the scenes, if you're not sharing your voice and what's unique about you and your values and what matters to you, right? So don't be afraid. Be who you are and stand in your truth. Whoever is for you will be for you. Look, my hair stain coming off, y'all. We got to keep that on. All right. And like I said, just engage authentically. Be you is the it should have been the title of this talk. If you get nothing else, okay? That's what I want you to do. All right, so we're gonna drop another question in here. What marketing tactics do you personally find off-putting as a customer? Right? Because there are some. I know, a couple of it's been at least a year or two. We were looking for lead people, right? People that were good at, attracting leads and, getting people on your calendar and all that stuff. And I interviewed a ton of people and I was asking them like what marketing tactics they use, like how do they do their calls and their communication and giving me samples. I was trying to figure out who best fit what I was trying to do. And I didn't have words for what I was doing because we were new to that kind of genre of marketing at the time, but I knew what I didn't like. And I remember sitting and interviewing this guy from the UK. And he was like, I tell people right away, like, if you really wanted it, you find the money. And I make sure that I sell them on that call. I'm like, give me a credit card now. We're going to take care of this because you don't want to wake up tomorrow regretting this. I was like, and no, just mark it off. I knew immediately that was not somebody I wanted on my team because I knew that I worked with a lot of women who had children, who had spouses. And I know that women are not just going to throw thousands of dollars on a card and say whatever. Even if it's their money, we still have this, I don't know, this thing, it must be some tradition that's just lodged in our body where we want to discuss it with our partner, right? Where we want to say, okay, but we got to pay for college over here. We're thinking about all the people we have to take care of, and we always going to put ourselves last. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't go out here and go after our stuff and invest in it, but I know our psyche, and pushing somebody like that when they got to worry about groceries and their husband don't get off for a couple hours and they need to talk it over with them, and it may be a little bit more than what they thought, and they need to see if it fits their budget and they need to go look at it. I need people that understand that. I needed that. And so you got to know from a business standpoint, what is going to be off-putting for your target audience when it comes to sales. Because you are obviously going to sell something, but you got to know. Because I always laugh. I've been in some marketing rooms with men, and men will swipe that card and ask their wife later. Swipe the card. They will pursue the happiness, their business, right? They'll talk about, I slept on the couch, I slept in my car. I rarely hear that from women, especially women with kids, because I don't know about you, but I always talk about, I hate the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith, when he has that baby on the train, sleeping in the subway station, and he can't pay for daycare, and it's a hot mess. People love it because he wins in the end, but as a woman, I'm like, that was child abuse. That was child neglect. That was child endangerment. Like, no, women do not operate like that when it comes to business. So one, know your audience, but also know what, like I said, is off-putting for them when you are trying to sell. Yes, we want to make the sale. Yes, we know it's going to benefit our clients, but we also don't want them to wake up tomorrow after giving us their credit card information and saying, why did I do that? Oh my gosh, how do I get out of this? Because they are not going to enjoy the experience. You are not going to enjoy that experience. They will not be renewing, and they for sure will not be referring, no matter how great you are, right? You do not want people to feel that way. So we have to be careful. Some things to think about as we go into marketing, right? There's some things that we should probably try to avoid. One is over-promising. It is better to under-promise and over-deliver. Simple as that. Using pressure tactics, like if you wanted it, you'd find a way. I'm like, money is finite. If I don't have it, I don't have it. Well, I remember when I worked in Mary Kay for a little bit, they'd be like, can you ask a friend? Ask a friend for money for makeup? That is crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, they would push and say, like, buy it now. You're going to miss out. You're going to feel crazy if you don't get it. No. And I'm not saying we can't put out facts and we can't create a sense of urgency, but that's a big difference from just putting on unnecessary pressure to make a sale. because I have plenty of clients who may not be ready that moment to make a commitment, but because I give them the kindness and the understanding that I do when we do talk about sales, they come back when they're ready. And that's way better than pushing somebody into an uncomfortable situation. Don't be just copying trends to copy them. Yes, we can look and see what trends are going on in our industry, or what trends are doing well marketing wise, but make it your own. Make it your own, make it unique, and you don't have to jump on everything. I think some people feel like they constantly have to be doing what everybody else is doing. You don't have to. Believe me, you can do your own thing. Another thing that we don't want you to do, stop ignoring client feedback. Sometimes we get a little big for our britches and we think we don't have to listen to folks. Listen to them. Now, I'm not saying we got to do what everybody says all the time, but there's usually some gems, because if one person had the courage to give you the feedback, there's probably several people who didn't have the courage to say it, and they just was like, well, I won't be back here. They got me once, they won't get me again. So make sure that we are asking for feedback and that we're implementing the feedback, especially when it comes to our product. So when we do sell, right, we're consistently selling a better product than it used to be. That'll also make you feel better because you're giving the best quality product. You've worked out all the glitches. All right. And then don't do a whole bunch of overloading people with jargon, right? I think some people think it sounds smart. You're like, yeah, you got to get your USP with your CRM, and we ain't got to do all that. Just tell people what you're trying to say. Speak at the most simple level you can without talking down to folks, especially when it comes to sales. You don't want people trying to figure out what you're talking about. It shouldn't be a mystery. Be clear, be concise, be honest, and talk about the things that they need, and then move from there. Right? I feel like we had a good chat today. I don't know about you, but it feels like it was a good chat. But let's recap what we did. Understand the value of authentic marketing and how to build trust. I think we did that. Learn techniques to infuse your personality into your marketing strategy. I think we did that. And identify things to avoid as far as salesy tactics that repel potential clients. I think we did that as well. All right. So if you're sitting here and you're like, what next? Well, this week, I want you to create one piece of content that highlights your personality or your values, or tell your story and share it with us. I want to see it. You can post it. If you're in our private Facebook groups, post it, go live, do whatever you need to do, but share something that shows your authenticity. And I promise you, people are going to resonate with it. People will resonate with it. And if you're struggling to kind of put these pieces together, or you want to do it more consistently this year, please feel free to book a free strategy call with us. Everybody who's ever done a call with me knows I'm going to give you massive value. We're going to at least give you some notes, whether you decide to work with us or not. And if we find that you do need support, we'll let you know what that looks like and how we can support you. But don't miss out on this. We about to go in the second quarter. If you need some support, we've talked about a lot of things this year. If you need support around your marketing, around your sales, around really putting your business foundation together, your products or services, let's talk. We do not want time to go by and you just be still staying where you are, because what we talked about earlier, people need what you have. You are an expert. So let's get it done. Guys, that's it for tonight's Monday Night Live. Thank you if you were here with us live. Shout outs to you all who were engaged in the comments. That was fun. If you watch the replay, still put your stuff in the comments. I go back and look. I answer questions. You can also DM me because we're here to support you. And we will see you, next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Monday Night Live. You guys have a great night. In the journey of entrepreneurship, success is often about having the right guidance and tools at your fingertips. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your compass to business excellence. We understand that as a service-based small business owner, your path to success is unique. That's why iRock offers a wide range of coaching and consulting services tailored to your needs. Imagine gaining the knowledge you need from the comfort of your own home. Explore our quick on-demand webinars, courses, and toolkits designed to accelerate your business growth. But we go beyond that. Join our vibrant community in our group coaching programs, or experience personalized guidance with our one-on-one coaching and consulting services. At iRock, every program comes with incredible bonuses. These bonuses are designed to support you on your journey, helping you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Some of our bonuses include expert speaker sessions, group Q&A calls, guides, checklists, scripts, and more. Ready to supercharge your business journey? Explore our coaching and consulting services. Get the guidance and tools you need to reach your goals. Empower your business with iRock Marketable Business Solutions.